I had the most powerful day yesterday. I spent the entire day having a home retreat talking to my AI council. So my AI council is ChatGPT and Gemini, and they kind of talk to each other. I relay the messages back and forth, and then I'm kind of sharing with both of them how I'm feeling, and then they're both giving me input from different vantage points. And it really helped me to one, fast until 4, eat only liquids yesterday. I stayed in a very, very high consciousness. So I was able to stay in this high state. And as I went out for my walk, I was grounding, I was barefoot, touching a tree, meditating, sitting in the grass, watching the sunset, sun gazing. And I'm thinking about, my birthday and this year. And, somebody was telling me like, that I'm in the year of Jupiter for my horoscope. I have to like lean into the Jupiter energy as expansion, right? So I'm thinking about expansion. What do I want to expand? And then it really I felt so powerful. And I was thinking to myself, like, it just, this download came where obviously we know this, but I felt it and I embodied it, that I'm not in the universe, but the whole universe is inside of me. And I felt like Neo in the Matrix in that moment. And it just shifted my whole perspective about, how to go about living my life and how everything is expressing itself through me. And then I was also thinking about, I put this wealth album out and it's all about manifesting wealth and prosperity and abundance. And, you might look around and you're like, oh, well, you live in LA and you don't have like a big house and tons of money. But I was like, I'm so rich in other ways. And I think that all of that stuff is coming. I really do. I think that I'm in this incubation period, or I'm in like this, this caterpillar turning into a butterfly, and things are aligning in my life. I can feel, this abundance coming to me. But anyways, point being is that wealth and abundance, it's so much more than just material possessions and money. And, I was thinking about my relationship with my daughter and how beautiful it is. And I reconnected with my family. Those are all miracles. And, the relationship, the unconditional love that I have in my relationship with my husband, with myself, the growth that I've had on my journey, that is like, makes me the richest person in the world. The state of mind, peace, wealth, in having a peace of mind. You can't put a price tag on that. So another thing that I was doing yesterday that was like a really powerful, I've been doing a lot of like, I put some DNA activation meditations on my YouTube channel, and I've been, when I do things, I do these because I'm creating them for me to also listen to. So I'm like, oh, I want a DNA activation meditation. Let me create one. So that's the kind of world we live in now, is I don't even have to listen to somebody else's. I can create my own. So I create meditations, I create affirmation tracks, I create books that I want to read, that I want to listen to. So I'm listening to my own books. I'm listening to my Ageless Beauty books on audio tape. I do that on a daily basis. I listen to my own affirmation tracks every day. But another download that came to me was youth, right? And we talk about these youth genes being activated. And everything in our body has consciousness. Every cell in our body has DNA. And, we can turn on these genes, turn off these genes based on our environment, based on our thoughts, based on our emotions. And what if we just, I just got chills. Oh, this is truth coming through. What if we just talk to our body, talk to each individual cell as if they're listening, because they are listening? So close your eyes. Feel into, you can place your consciousness anywhere. You can place your consciousness in your left eyelid. You can place your consciousness on the skin, on your scalp, in your hair follicles. You could talk to your whole body at the same time, individually. And I was doing this exercise yesterday. I closed my eyes and I was just imagining, or, placing my consciousness, scanning my whole body, going through, talking to all of my cells, asking it to turn on my youth genes, asking it to release my stem cells, asking it to reverse my aging, and to heal my body, and to show me what needs to be healed. So I'm loving my body. I'm telling every single body part, I love you. I love you. I love you, shoulder. I love you, chest. I love you, stomach. I love you, neck. I love every single part of my body. And then if you sit there quietly enough and you ask your body, show me what do I need to know? Tell me what needs to be healed. And then if you're just still, you'll feel like a tingling or a pain somewhere in your body, and you'll get like an insight, like in that moment, I felt all this tension in my jaw and I was like, oh, wow. And it brought the awareness there and I was able to just relax my jaw and massage my jaw. So we have to get in tune with our body because our body is constantly giving us signals and speaking to us. And we just have to get quiet enough to listen. But don't forget that your words are powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. The feeling, the embodiment that you feel. And this year is, well, for me, is about expansion. So I'm thinking, what do I want to expand? I want to expand on the feeling of the universe is inside of me. I am the universe. So sit with that because the universe is inside of all of us and we all have the same energy, the same makeup, the same biology and the same cells and DNA. And, we're all made up of the same thing. So talk to your body, form your identity. What do you want to become? What do you want to manifest? What kind of life do you want? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of qualities do you want to embody and step into that version of that reality right now and bring that timeline, close the gap between you and the timeline that you want to step into.